Okay. The other thing that kind of surprised me, and I almost wasn't going to put this chart in until I, again, as I always say, peel the onion a little bit, is this is the FedWatch tool that's available on the CME website. And so what it shows is what the market is pricing in terms of the probability of a rate increase at the next Fed meeting in the first week in February. So basically what futures are pricing in is a 74% probability of a 25 basis point increase and about a 26% probability of a 50 basis point increase. So this was as of Friday. I think I looked briefly this morning, and I think the 25 basis point increase was up to 77%. So people are very much on the side of the Fed being less hawkish here. What I thought was really interesting is if you look at the red box at the bottom, you'll see how these percentages have changed over time. So even if you just go back one day, you just go back to January 5th before the labor report and the ISM data came out, the percentages were 62, 63, 37. If you go back to the beginning of December, 1 month ago, right, the probabilities were a 50% increase of 50 basis points. So you can see how the marketplace's view of how hawkish the Fed has to be has changed. And I thought that was very, very interesting. And I think if you take a look this morning, you'll see some people pricing in a complete reversal, an interest rate cut either over the summer or later this year. So another place to keep an eye on and to watch to give you a good sense of what people are thinking and what's being priced into the marketplace. But I was very surprised at this. But that and $10 will get you Starbucks coffee, as I always say.
I'm always surprised at how the market attempts to control the Fed, where the market tries to rally. And like earlier, you said that Powell can't be happy with this rally. They say don't fight the Fed for a very specific reason. So at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but there's market prices are showing you what people think, and it certainly seems like people don't believe. I mean, even Neil Kashkari came out and was hawkish last week, and he tends to be very dovish. Now, if you go back, and this may be a little bit too geeky, but if you go back in history and you look at the last time we went through this kind of inflation, investors didn't believe the Fed. And if you Google bond vigilantes, you'll take a look at what happened in the late 70s, early 80s, where people didn't think that the Fed was going to have the backbone to do what they needed to do, and they just pounded treasuries to send the Fed kind of a message. So it's sort of interesting the way this is a little bit different, right? You now have people, you used to have people saying, hey, we don't believe the Fed will be aggressive enough and be able to beat inflation. Now we're telling now people are saying, investors are saying, hey, inflation's been beat. The Fed's not going to be all that hawkish. We're all is good. So kind of interesting.
Great stuff. Love it.
Cool.